back again. Brother Will was saying that he replaced the word nigga with joker, even if it was like a negative thing. So can you keep going?
Yeah, so I would use it in an insulting way, like, man, this joker weak. And then also I'd be like, yo, or just in regular conversation, it don't be an insult, like, man, that joker crazy right there. That's my man. So it really replaced the N word for me. But then as I evolved some more into consciousness and mindfulness, I felt okay with the N word a little bit. I still don't use it freely. I don't just use that. I had white people around me, so I don't want to make anybody feel comfortable with using it. But I'm not insulted anymore when a homeboy say it to me, like, yo, that's my nigga. Like, before I used to be like, yo, man, don't call me that. Like, I'm not no nigga.
Right.
But because I understand where we are as a people, and I understand the conditioning that we have been placed in, it's counterproductive for me to get upset with every black man that refers to me as nigga. Like, that's just a fight that I don't feel like fighting, man. It just ain't worth it.
Yeah.
It's going to cause beef.
For no reason.
And I don't want, the last thing I want to do is be fighting with us at this point.
Right.
Like, we got too much other stuff going on to be fighting each other. So I've lightened up on it. But also what has happened, because I've entered into consciousness in this way, and when I say consciousness, I'm not necessarily just talking about stay woke type consciousness. I'm talking about like seeing the bigger picture.
Right.
Like humanity, like bending energy. I know that that's negative energy coming to me. And what am I going to do with it? Am I going to absorb the energy and give back something positive? Or am I going to take in that energy and give back something worse? And I want to be a person that's going to leave the world better than when I found it. And so if a white dude says nigga to me now, I would like to be in a place where I can bend that energy. Do I want to smash him? Can I smash him? Of course. But can I grow to a place where I don't give that word power over my life to the degree that it makes me throw away everything?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if I smash him for calling me a nigga, who gonna take care of my kids? Who gonna take care of who gonna take care of my portion that is missing for my wife? Who gonna take care of the businesses that I've created? I lose everything.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. So I'm trying to pick my battle now to where I don't even want that word to have that type of power if a white man says it to me. And he can mean it hatefully.
Right.
But is it worth me throwing everything away? And the kind of the phrase that I have taken on as my way that I do things, if it ain't worth dying for, it ain't worth fighting for.
Listen, Malcolm said that joint, but he said, if freedom is not worth dying for, take it out of your vocabulary. You know, and I'm liking what you're saying, man, because I do have family members that are still like, yo, what's up, nigga?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's good?
Yeah.
I'm not beefing with them.
Yeah.
You know, I will say that whenever I meet a new black man, I always say, yo, what's up, brother? What's your name?
Yeah.
And they'll tell me, I say, brother, whatever. And I always just start off, brother, whatever. And I don't get mad when a black man calls me nigga. I do remember the last time a white person called me nigga. I was young. That was the last time it stung. I was young, and I was never a fighter. I grew up in Baltimore. I had homeboys that fought. I wasn't a fighter. They didn't let me. They respected my dad too much. We moved, man, to the suburbs. This white boy called me a nigga. I was walking home I caught the bus. Bus dropped me off at the grocery store, walk home. He's riding his bike, and he was asking me something, and like about my folder or something like that. And I answered him, and then he started riding the other way, and then he was just like, nigga. And yo, I went home, told my sister, I started crying because that joint hurt. And then as I got older, I just was like, I just don't want to hear that word no more. You know what I mean? And so, at the same time, when I hear people using it back and forth with one another, I don't jump in that joint.
Mm-hmm.
Say what you say.
Yeah.
But I do want us to see each other more as brothers.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's hard to hurt your brother.
Yeah.
You know, in Baltimore, man, we dying. We killing each other. We killing each other. We calling each other niggas too.
Yep. And that's where I knew I needed to change it, because when I took it out, I realized that the only reason it would jump back in, only reason it would jump out of my mouth is when I was pissed off with somebody. So that's when I recognized, like, that word is not what we even want it to be, because as soon as I want, like you said, brother this, brother that, brother, but when a joker piss you off, then all of a sudden is, yo, I'm gonna kill this nigga when I see him. And all of it allows you to do something to someone that you would not have otherwise done if you seen them as a human.
It's a lot of anger in that word.
It's
like the
anger,
word
man.
itself, it just has hatred that, like, you would never think an actual word had hatred in it.
Yeah.
You know that it's used for hate, but that word is like, it's filled with hate. It's not just used for hate, it's like it's filled with it. And when you use it, it's all hateful. And I can't really think of any other word that is just so hateful. It's like you said, man, I use it every now and again, and it's when I'm, and it doesn't even matter the race.
Yeah. It don't matter.
Like, yo, this nigga is
it's
getting
when
on my nerves.
I'm ready to, I can do something to you.
And I find it don't matter what the race is, but it's just that anger and that, and you.
It don't matter the gender, the race.
They become a nigga.
They are enemy.
And that's why I don't care what race you are, I'm calling you brother, sister, because I want to believe, and I know that we have different colors. There's one race, the human race. We are all the children of the Creator. And when we can see each other as brothers and sisters, that's when we stop with the hatred. And that's when we don't even need to use that term. Like, for real, that term gets eliminated when I see you with love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know we term of endearment, but it's still so much behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go up and say, yo, that brother, I'm gonna kill that brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like it don't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
It don't even sound right. And so, you know, that image of us as black men, what I want personally is for it not to be shown as violent anymore. Like, bro, years ago, Wire came out. I wouldn't watch it. People like, yo, why don't you watch The Wire? I say, I grew up in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the violence. And thank God I didn't have friends killed on the street like that, but I've seen it. I've seen it go down. I've ducked gunshots. You know what I mean? And we grew up watching Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, and all that joint was love, man. 17 shots they licked off at the dudes and boys. Like, we counted all that stuff. That was entertainment for us. And then I got older, and I'm like, this is not fun to watch. I can't watch my people getting killed and people celebrating this. And it's not even just black people. I can't watch mob movies anymore. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Good for all. I can't watch it because we're glorifying the murder of people.
Yeah.
And it's entertainment. It's not like it's not like one of those fantasy movies where, you know, you got Lord of the Rings. This is like stuff that happens on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
You can go outside of Baltimore and you know, we got our cameras out, we watching this. You know, everybody's so sad when somebody is shot and killed, but we glorify it by watching these movies. And I'm not knocking the people that make them, because I'm not saying they're making them with that intent, but that's what's happening. We got people dying out here, loving Menace, loving Boys in the Hood, The Wire is the truth. And then it's children being killed.
Yeah.
And we not understanding why. But you look at that black male image, and when you got a strong black man in the house, bro, my father, strongest black man I know. My father, 5'6.5". My father was bigger than LeBron James, though. My friends thought my father was 7'2", 600 pounds, but in shape, with a 10-pack. He didn't have an 8-pack. He had a 10-pack. My friends, I wasn't allowed to do stuff with my friends because they were like, yo, your dad, no. You bigger than my dad. You got a gun. My homeboy, he had a gun. I was like, why are you afraid of my dad? He said, yo, if I shot your dad, it would make him mad. Like, my father was invincible. And so, with that image, my friends wouldn't even let me do certain things. Your dad, no. You got a life ahead of you, no. But it was that image that they had of him. Mm-hmm. And so, as a man now, I take that and I live that. And I want every single kid, I don't care what color you are, to take that and have a positive image of a black male who wants to help you. Because I don't want white kids to fear me.
No.
I want white kids to look at me like they would look at a white man and say, hey, this is somebody who cares about me, who wants to help me. I want that. And it's like, I want the kids to see that too. I don't want kids, man. I don't want kids to say, yo, the dopest dude in my area is this drug dealer. Not knocking the dude for his hustle because I don't know what his reasoning is. Mm-hmm. But how about we have, yo, the dopest dude in my area is the barber. The dopest dude in my area is the accountant. And he looks just like me. Mm-hmm. The dopest dude that I know is President Obama. He grew up around the corner from me. Now you're seeing yourself as high achievers. And that's what Brother Ant was saying. Not too many people see themselves as these high achievers.
Yeah.
You know, and my man messed his image up, but Bill Cosby, when he put his show out, he made sure that there were no negative images of black people. He didn't put negative images of white people. He had all races on there. It was all positive, and people loved it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's what I want to see. I want people to be able to see themselves in any and every job, but then see not just Bill Cosby back then as that positive man, not just this one person as that positive black man, but to see positive black men. And people want to see it. White people want to see it. You know, we got some people on the side who want to bring us down, but it's a lot of white people that want to see positive black men, and they want to help us put that image out there, man. Mm-hmm. But now we've really got to step it up. You know, and so part of this is us stepping it up. Because like you said, you don't got no problem representing as a black man. I have no problem representing as... I thank you for the opportunity to represent as a black man. Mm-hmm. Thank you for representing with me so we can really build this image into something where people don't fear us but love us, respect us, and see us as equals. That's the dream.
I don't need to be seen as equal, honestly. I don't care. Would it be nice? Yeah, but I don't need to come to... It's hard for me to... I guess what I kind of do this around is the idea of being accepted. I don't need you to accept me. So being seen as equal makes me think in my mind like I want to be accepted. I don't need to be accepted. For me, like they need to see me as equal for them. They missing out. Whoever don't see me as equal, they missing out, not me. I don't need to be accepted by y'all. Y'all need to accept me for y'all because I'm good. And the circle that I'm influencing is going to be good. But the world is going to miss out on stuff when they don't accept us. When they don't see us as equal, that's to their detriment. That's to society's detriment. Like, our country lacks because of the way they've treated black people.
Most definitely.
We are so great. There is so much greatness that they aren't able to take advantage of in a healthy way because they are treating us like scum. So it's not to my advantage necessarily. Of course, I could possibly live longer. My kids can have me around, all of that stuff. But they are missing out too. So it's not all about me. Like, I don't need you to see me as equal. You need to see me as equal so that we can do better. So that this society, listen, a lot of these ills in this country is because of how they've done black men and black women, mainly black women. But a lot of the ills are because of the way they treated us. If you're talking about gun violence rates in this country, it is that way because of how they treated black men. They left us out there to starve like that. They made us feel like our back is against that type of wall where that's our only answer.
Put the dope in the streets.
They put the dope in the streets. So all of these ills that America suffers from that they want to point their fingers at the black man is because they have not seen us as equal. Not because we aren't equal. They put this battery in our back. And now we have been born into this struggle. We have overcome some of the struggle. Mm-hmm. And now we're trying to do something to help fix the struggle when in all actuality, it might not be something that we can totally fix because we ain't make it.
Truth.
And so I don't need them. I don't know why that's like a trigger thing for me. Like, we want to be seen as equal. That ain't my desire. I don't need no validation. It would be nice to be seen as equal because it would be easier living, but I don't need that. I don't need that from them. I think they need it for themselves. Their life would be a lot easier. They missing out, man. It's a lot of stuff. We got so much beauty and they don't really get to touch it because of the way that they treated us. And they don't see that. They don't see how slavery has affected them. They don't see how Jim Crow has affected them. They don't see how neo-Nazis are affecting them. I'm starting to pull them back now. Like, how many more of y'all can I not trust? So now white people are not going to get the best of me because I don't trust them no more. I can't trust them. History doesn't allow me to trust white people the way that I want to. But that is seen as my problem, when that should be seen as their problem. History doesn't allow me as a black man to trust cops the way that I want to. When I get pulled over, I want to be able to trust that I'm going to be able to go home to my kids. History doesn't allow me to feel that way. It doesn't allow me to let my guard down. Because if I do, I'm dumb. I did not learn from history.
Right.
But the cops don't even take that on as their thing to live down. But here you have two black men talking about our image as black men and what we need to live down. I've never heard a police officer say, listen, man, I know how the history of the police force has affected the black community. We are here trying to do whatever we can do to learn from y'all as to how to live that down.
I got one who is, and I'm like you, bro. I can't fool with the cops. 8 years old, first interaction I ever had with the cops, playing ninja in surrounding neighborhoods. You know, me and my man, we run around, you got the shirt tied on, we running around neighborhoods, we jumping off garages. Mm-hmm. I can't do no flip, but I'm faking it, you know, jump up, you jump down, you know, you act like you flip. You ain't do nothing, you might touch your head. Yeah, you do a little tuck and roll, can't really flip, but we not in our central neighborhood. We done ran around. Woman who doesn't know who we are calls the cops. I understand. You know what I mean? We're in Baltimore City. Mm-hmm. Cops pull up. My man, come. I guess he dealt with him before.
He's smart.
He's smart. I wasn't that smart. I ain't never dealt with him before. You know, my father always told me, look, if you ain't do nothing wrong, do not run.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think my father had foresight because when they running right now, we getting shot in the back.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even matter your age.
Don't matter.
Don't run. So I walked towards them because that was my way home anyway. Undid the joint. I'm not coming up on you as a ninja. I'm 8.
I'm just playing.
I'm just playing. And at 8 years old back then, I'm small now, dog. At 8, I look 5.
You should see this 10-year-old they just had on the ground for running up to his dad in the car. And they'd have done you.
Listen. Oh no, listen.
Yeah.
And there's a black cop.
Nah, he would have
I
done you
walked
worse.
up.
He'd have done you worse.
Walked up to him. Boom! Slammed me into the side of the car. Listen. When I say shook, I was shook. I didn't tell my mother till January of this year. It was almost 30 years ago. He said, what's your name? What's your address? If I beat you home, you're going to jail. It was the summertime. It was sunny outside. There was a female cop, too. She said, leave him alone. Listen, when he let me go, I ran home, and I went upstairs, and I went to bed. It was sun outside. It was sunny. To this day, I've had negative interactions with cops. I had a few. I had a school police officer, my man Stephon Davis, shout out to Davis, who was cool. Cool as all world. Got to know him. First cop that I got to know, and we were good. I still don't trust cops. If I got robbed today, I would not call the police. I'll take that L. I don't want any other kids to grow up like that, though.
Yeah.
I don't want kids to grow up like that.
That would be nice.
I know my shortcoming on that. I don't trust them. But I don't want, if I have kids, I don't want them to feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my kids to be like, Daddy, I don't trust that cop because he jacked me up.
Mm-hmm.
I want kids to be like, yo, the cops are coming. And it's like, yo, it's part of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You might see them as NBA players because the cops treat us like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they come into the neighborhood, they're being a part of the neighborhood. They're being a part of that community. And there's a police officer here in Charlottesville who shares that dream. And I'm not saying he's the only one, but I've talked to him, my man, Joe George, and he's interested in making that a reality. You know, and so I respect that. And to be honest, this is the first year I've ever felt comfortable around cops. Like, even when I talked to cops before, I didn't feel comfortable, and I would let them know, like, I don't like cops. You as an individual, fine, but when you wear that uniform, I don't want anything to do with you. Period. But this is the first year, and I will say this: I don't know that I know history of Charlottesville. I have not lived the history of Charlottesville and the interactions with cops. So my time here with the police has been positive.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully.
Yeah, and I think some Charlottesvillians, which I am not, would have very starch contrasting opinions on that. And part of the reason that is true for you is because of all this August 12th stuff. Police are really trying to do
better.
They're trying to do better. Whether it's for play or not. You know, some of them I think are real. Some of them are just trying to not make the city look bad.
I'll take that. Don't beat me up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't beat me up.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
And so, you know, even if there are some of our young men who are still having negative interactions with them right now, it would be because all of them aren't keeping it real in that way. Like, they are just trying to show face.
Yeah.
But when they go into the hood where the cameras aren't and it's not somebody that will hold them accountable, they're still doing the same
right.
BS that they've always done. I'm not saying that is true, and I know that without a shadow of a doubt. I'm just holding space for our brothers who would have a difference of opinion.
Because they're from Charlottesville,
Absolutely.
and they live in the neighborhoods where
they
the cops
do
will
the
frequent.
shakedowns.
I got a chance to move here from a different city, different state, and choose which neighborhood, and don't even know where the hood is. I had to learn when people say, oh, prospect or something. I'm like, I have no
Mhm.
idea what that is.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so when the cops do the shakedowns there, I'm not there. I don't live there.
Yeah.
So, you know, but again, it's imperative for us, just going back to what you said, to start small and represent our families.
Mm-hmm.
Represent your mom, your dad, represent yourself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is important to represent your race. But then, to be honest, right now, with social media, with cell phones, we represent our country too. And it's like, how about we represent all those things well? You know what I mean? All of them. And let's start now.
Yeah.
Like, let's not wait.
It's just so many negative connotations with some of that, man. Like I don't know if I want to represent this country.
Not right now.
You know what I'm saying? And before, like, this country has never represented me. Like, so it makes it now. You're right. I believe ultimately what you're saying is the best way. But I can't as easily move beyond how this country has made me feel to be wanting to represent it. I know that I do represent it by default. The problem is they don't see that I represent it.
Right.
But to go out and like say that I'm representing it is hard to do when it has never represented me. It has never made me feel like I belong here. It has never made me feel like I'm valued here. So it's really hard for me to want to be like, yeah, America. I really don't feel that, man. And I feel like I belong here more than anybody. But I still don't like it. That don't mean I want to move anywhere else.
Right, no.
But I don't like how this country has misrepresented and purposely misrepresented us. It's Asian people that move here, don't never seen a black person, but they got this weird understanding of what they think black people are.
Violent.
Where the hell you
Gonna
get that
hurt you.
from?
It's what's portrayed.
This country has misrepresented us, man. And so
It still
it's hard, so it's hard for me to want to represent this country. And I it's always hard when someone of another race or another walk of life doesn't understand that. Because it's like, what don't you get? Because you don't identify with the stuff, somehow slavery isn't that bad in your head as it is to me. Somehow what happened after slavery and what's still happening now isn't that bad to you to where you don't see why I have these apprehensions.
Right.
And I wonder if that, just can't come into my mind again. I wonder if that is because America, again, just won't own this shit. Like, it's hard for me to represent you because you're not worthy of representation. You won't even say how you've purposely done me.
Right.
So that makes me push back, man. I'm just going to try to keep it as real as I can. It's certain things that just make me like, I don't know. Like, even down to the police. As much as I know, and I would love my children not to have fear when they see the police. It is smart for my children to fear the police the way that I do.
Especially right now.
Absolutely. Don't trust them. We don't have history to trust them.
And listen, it's sad. It's really sad. But we still gotta work to make that difference.
That's true.
And that's why I appreciate you coming here and allow me to actually come here and chop it up, man. Barbershop Chop. This is what we're going to be doing. We're coming to you weekly. Please leave comments, like if you really enjoyed this. If you want to hear more, we will answer your comments. And listen, Brother Will, as always, everybody out there,
Baltimore.
be great in all that you do and keep moving forward.
Peace, baby.